Hello friends, today we talk shop. Stay tuned. I'm Christopher, the Midwest Man Mountain, and I believe that woodworking and gardening are two of the best ways to be sustainable, creative, and achieve a sense of purpose. Thank you for watching. What do you think about the new intro? I told you one was coming, and there it is. I'm going to stick with this one, I think, for the rest of the season, and I'm going to acquire more footage and make a longer one, use that kind of tactic for my intro video for when new subscribers look at my page, you know, that intro that I'm talking about. And then I'll probably make a new opener, I don't know, maybe every season. I kind of like to do things seasonally. We shall see. Anyways, I chose it very specifically. I wanted to showcase myself doing particularly woodworking and gardening related things, because I'm refocusing my efforts on that in 2017. And I wanted to talk about my mission, so to speak, at the beginning of every video. Woodworking and gardening are two of the best ways to be sustainable, creative, and achieve a sense of purpose. Even though it seems like every time I say that, I switch sustainable and creative. Either way, they're in there. I just don't have the set order in my brain. That's that good old dyslexic thinking. Ha! So, what did you think of last week's vlog when I gave you a tour of my real life? That got way more of a response than I was expecting. Like 550 views when I looked at it a couple days ago, which was way more than any other vlog so far. So if you liked that, cool. I think I'm going to do a few more like that. Somebody has asked for a tour of Oshkosh. I can make that happen. Someone's asked for another tour of the house. I can make that happen. Good vloggy, toury things. If you have more suggestions for what would make a good vlog aside from a shop talk like this, please let me know. A lot of videos went out this past weekend. I had sort of a how-to on Friday. I haven't done a style video like that on how to do a technique in the shop before. I think that one might pick up steam and gain some legs. There's not a whole lot of videos. When you type in resawing wood, a lot of it comes up with bandsaw, 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 and I don't know about you, but I don't have a proper bandsaw, and I have always had some trouble, so I hope that video helps some people. And then Saturday, we had another gardening video, doing that every 2 weeks. I'm happy that I'm able to stick to that so far. Feels good. Can't wait to be outside. Give it another couple months. Happy to prepare inside, though. And we had an HGMM video on Friday as well. Now that was, like I alluded to earlier this month, a shortened, condensed, and more explained version of the gardening video from not this past Saturday or the Saturday before that, but the Saturday before that. So we're going to have that kind of a style video again in February and March for sure. So I took some time to clean up my shop, add some proper electric, not outlets, but I ran some cord for all of my new lighting, and I cleaned up some things, and I modified the tripod where you are sitting right now, and I want to show you what that looks like. My workshop is a mess. Stuff from the built site coming in and going out and never getting put back where it needs to go, and I need to find better spots for my lights and the cords. The cords are driving me nuts. I think I might have to put some duct tape, some temporary extensions to the ceiling until there's a more permanent solution, and I've got to clean this too. Oh man. And lastly, on the list of things that have been updated, electricity. So I put a 3-prong adapter here. This is the one that's always in use for my chop saw or this or that. But I stapled down an extra power cord into the ceiling up here for when I want to use this light, so I can sort of go in and out. And then from the other spot here is a white cord, and that is stapled on the bottom of this all the way over to the other underside for whenever I want to plug anything in over here, like this light. And then lastly, obviously my green cord has been here for a year. That goes down to my table saw. But I fed up another brown cord that you can see next to it, and that just drops down whenever I need to plug something in over here. So now it's quite easy to plug in anywhere in my shop for lights or other tools. Alright, so for the last year, whenever I'm done cutting off a decent sized scrap here, I've been throwing it on the ground right next to my table saw. And I've got boxes there too, it looks like, and that looks like an old Wheat Thins container. Wheat Thins. Anyways, Soon I'll be starting on a project to get my router table over there behind the light on here, so I'm going to need to pull these out, and I don't want to. Here we go. Yeah, so I got all that trash and the wheat thins, those are in there. And look at this, there's space. Ta-da! I can actually walk here again and just check out all this. There's scrap, 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 more scrap, an abandoned project from 4 years ago. And it's time to get rid of it all. So here's my wonderful tripod that I've been using now for a year and a couple months since I built this out of scrap. And I need to make some edits, or some modifications as it were, to accommodate for my new hollow clip and using a lav mic that plugs into the audio jack. So I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller, place a piece of wood in here, so instead of using a clamp to hold it on anymore, I'm just going to set it in and it'll be a friction fit. And then I'm going to create a piece, which I've marked out here. Essentially, I'm just going to cut in these loops, and I should be able to wrap the cord around that, and then at the center point, we'll bore it around that, so it can go on kind of like so. Alright, the modifications turned out just fine. What we did, we shortened the plexiglass just a little bit to leave more room for the hollow clip here, and the dongle at the audio jack over there. I have super glued and wood glued this extra piece, so my phone is going to just slide right in between there and hang out. Pressure fit. And then here, this worked really nice. It's super easy to hang on to these cords now. I can take off as much or as little as I need, so I don't have cords that I'm tripping on whenever I'm walking around. And you can see that I actually threaded this piece with the rod that was on here, and this is nice and tight, yet removable. And that's really it. Later this week on Friday, we have build number 2 for the box building collaboration, myself and Chris, the B&O craftsman. We're going to make a fun box. And of course, they're all going to be fun boxes. And then for me personally, on Saturday, I'm going to be over to the build site again, disassembling that whole great big thing that we've been building in the build site, tearing it apart so Sunday morning all the volunteers can take it out and load it through the bay doors into big trailers and U-Hauls and whatnot, and take it to the Opera House that we can then reassemble it all day Sunday for 9 or 10 hours. Should be a lot of fun. I will definitely get some footage for that. And I think next week already I'm going to have one of the 2 build videos that I plan on putting out in the month of February. So you'll get kind of a teasing taste of some of the things that I've been building outside the shop. So what have you been working on this January? Let me know. I love watching people who have vlogs and hearing about what you guys have been doing. I do follow you on Instagram when you let me know about it, or Facebook. It's so fun to be inspired by you. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. While you're here, make sure to subscribe and tell your friends. And there's a Patreon page if you want to contribute directly. Thank you to all of my patrons who make this work possible. Mwah. Until next time. Bye.